You good there? Okay, so I hope everybody has been having a bit of a rest after all the festivities and what have you. And you've already done your top five or top 10 and what have you figures for this year. I had a wee look on Mr. Home Arcade's. Was it top? Was it top 15 or what have you of his Masters of the Universe figures? So yes, he had a few in there that I'll be showing today, and so forth. So I got a little helper with me that arrived in the mail. The figure obscura Father Christmas, from the Four Horsemen. They brought out just before Christmas came about, so he's doing a bit of a wave there. And yes, so try and get him as much as I can in the frame there, because I've got to get my action figures in there too. So I might have to put him on a bit of a side, I think. Oh, he's falling over. He's on a bit of unstable ground there, I think. Okay. If he gets in the way, then I'll have to put him to one side. He's just going to make sure that everybody's being good there in the chat and so forth. So I've got my little scroll here so I don't lose my place and whatnot. But yes, I'm not going to be too long here because at about, I think it was 3 o'clock or something, Skelevator is going live there with a few, like Ostradamus Toys, and I think Bobby there from is it Vintage Motu? So I want to go onto his live there, and they're going to be I think comparing Origins to Classics figures. Maybe have a bit of a debate or two there. So that sounds rather exciting. And also on New Year's, I'll be dropping a wee video there, a wee collection of all my funny adventures since starting this channel up. So that has a little bit of work to do as yet, but on the dot, I'll be releasing that video tomorrow, maybe sometime during the day or just before the New Year's festivities and what have you. And we have Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures in the chat there. Hello there, good sir. I hope you're well this fine evening. And he says, hello, everybody. And Radical Toys is greeting Bill from Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures. And we're all greeting each other today or tonight, wherever you are. So, yes, Bill, I have my scroll here, so I don't lose count or track of where I am in my top 12 figures from Masters of the Universe. There, so let's see where we're going to start off with. We're going to start at the very top, so number 12. I think is the usual protocol in these matters. And yes, so number 12. Yes, I hope you're ready for this one. I do have a few honourable mentions as well, a couple of those at the end. And so yes, my number 12 for 2022. But yes, some of these are still in box, and some are loose, and some were released back in, I think, 2021, but I only just recently got them this year. So it's a bit of a mix in releases and how old these things are and what have you. And so here we go. We have a Snout Spout at number 12 there. I've not opened them yet because I'm going to do a bit of a review on this fellow. Probably sometime in the new year. So yes, he's a bit of a deluxe figure there with here's a bit of a water squirt gimmick, I believe, just like his vintage counterpart. And I also want to get a vintage figure of Snout Spout here to do a comparison. I used to have him a number of years ago, but he got sold, sadly. So I've been running like a mad hen around the old online sales there, trying to find me one and so forth. And Radical Toys. Oh, nice. I still have to get Snout Spout. He's on my list to get. Yes, he was on my list for a long time there. And I found him on pre-order over in Australia. So that showed up before Christmas. And this was one of the ones that old Father Christmas brought to me, shall we say. Well, yes, Bill, I have my my Four Horsemen figure obscura Father Christmas with me. He's going to look over in the chat there and make sure everybody's been good girls and boys, shall we say. He's writing his list up for next year. He's doing a bit of a wave there to the chat. And Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures, he says, Snout Spout is peg warming at our local Walmart. Oh yes, I've seen a bit of that lately. Who's the other ones? Clamp Champ. Oh, Father Christmas is taking a dive. I might put him beside me there because no doubt he's going to get knocked about when I show off a few of the figures and what have you. So we need a bit of space to work, I feel. But yes, no, not one that's really pig warming over here. It's like a barren a desert. There's not much of anything. Maybe the odd greenery of the CGI He-Man stuff, shall we say, sprouting up out of nowhere, and the odd Masterverse on the shelves at the moment, but not much in Origins, sadly. So yes, Mister Teapot Man with his spout, and there is his handle, and there is his spout. So you see, he comes with a bit of a vintage look in his head there, so you can switch about because he has the newer one with the articulated spout or trunk or what have you. And Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures, Bill says, if it didn't cost so much for international shipping, I could get one to Adam. Oh, that's very good of you, sir. It's a good community to be in, I feel. Yes, I've had Sir Oz from Oz Toys. He's going to help me out with a bit of Origins code on there, because like most other things, I slept on getting that figure, sadly. So, but I did make a custom of him, though, mind you. So yes, Snout Spout, bit of art there on the card. My number 12, and I'll be sure to get a review out of him pretty soon. So that was number 12 there. Radical Toys. Yeah, I know it sucks. You must have paid a penny to ship them. Joss Tome. So grateful, Bill. I'm sorry, I'm still learning all this live stuff. I don't know how to highlight these comments. Do you just click on them, or maybe I think that's how you do it. Show. Let's have a try. What's the worst that can happen? Like the big red button there. Don't push the big red button. Let's have a look. Oh, there's I think that's how it works now. G.I. Joes. Oh, yes, sir. A few coming out there. Dr. Mindbender. I think a few just recently started getting. And then what followed him was Serpentor there. Yes, I got my pre-order sorted out on Serpentor because I just started dipping my toes into the G.I. Joe classified line there. I've only got 3 so far, mind you. It's a bit expensive to get them over here, though. So I've just been quiet and slow on that because I'm, trying to collect Masters of the Universe at the moment. It's, I believe, Brick something. He mentioned his mum when he was only little. She said, "No, you can only collect from one line." And of course, as they were well versed in Star Wars already, he chose Star Wars. So she said, "You can only have one line to collect." So I think he picked the Star Wars there. So she was a very wise woman, because when you start dipping your toes in this and that and Motu or G.I. Joe, it just starts to drain the old purse there, the old gold purse. And here we go. It cost more to ship them than it did to buy them. Isn't that the truth, sir? Oh dear, yes, sir. For the especially the old what was it, Mattel Creations for international buys. It's about 29 US. I think roughly comes to what, $50 a turn-in. What? Oh, yes, you're paying twice as much there, indeed. And here we go, check from medical there. I have no doubts what sad times we are in for shipping costs, sadly. But other figures, yes, they're not good for the purse, but they're good for the soul. Yeah, indeed. I hope they helped make a happy Christmas for you, Adam. Yes, I hope they did too. Yes, I saw you had your Ketra you reviewed there just after I did my review, and yes, so no doubt you're looking forward to a few other arrivals or some ones you're hunting down there. But yes, I pre-ordered a good few in the Masterverse line. The movie He-Man and Skeletor, and of course I got made sure to get Froster because she has that cold changing gimmick in her hair, and you blow on her little wand and the top spins around. I think you might do it a bit of a flick of your finger there. So I got her, and yes, I pre-ordered Roboto there also from the same person at the Freyaware. It's kind of a shop based around your Norse mythology and so on. And who else did I get from him? Oh yes, I pre-ordered Jitsu and another Zodak to work in with my custom of making a custom Wonder in the Masterverse line. So let's go back to the chat there. And Adam, he says, "Are you getting any of the Motu Origin Snake Men, King Hiss, etc. Eldor?" Well, yes, funny you should say that. I had the old big good toy store. I don't like saying bad toy store. I don't know about that. What? So yes, I had the wee notification from them in the Mystic Mirror there the other day saying it had landed, but I didn't have quite enough gold in my purse. So I quickly flicked them a wee message there saying they'll pay for him tonight. And so yes, the King Hiss has come in. I also had my Ratlaw and Cobra Khan rather shipped off there a couple of weeks ago. But the old shipping takes its time to get to Eternia, shall we say. So yes, I've got a few of the Snake Men coming already, and I still have a few in my pile of holding on Big Good Toy Store. I have She-Ra, Roboto, and Zodak from Origins still sitting in there, and of course the it's not called the it's confusing. It's either Road Ripper or Ground Ripper. I know they changed the name on us. and what have you. Yes, strangely enough, my great eye of the universe dimmed a wee bit. I had to brighten it. So without further ado, I best get on to the next one there. So done number 12. So number 11 there was a fellow I had missed out on initially because I had come in late to the line there, shall we say, by about a year or so. And yes, this fellow was selling 3 most Masters of the Universe Origins figures for 100 Eternian. And so I had a spare 100 come in and I thought, better claim that quick. So he had for sale Beast Man from Origins there. I think it was a Wave 2 or Wave 1. I can't remember. Might have been Wave 1. That Beast Man came out in. So not the Lords of Power Beast Man, the very first one. And he also had Evil Lyn with the more pale skin. And that rhymes. Evil Lyn with the pale skin. So yes, and the other fellow that came with that lot was one of my favourite characters there. My first favourite, shall I say. Man-at-Arms with his moustache. So that's number 11 of my top 12 figures there. So there he goes. The wise Man-at-Arms, the tinkerer of inventions and what have you. And the weapons master there. So of course I do have the Eternian Palace Guards 2-pack or 1-pack rather. It gave me bits to make a Man-at-Arms without the moustache. And of course I had the Man-at-Arms armor in that pack as well that you could switch off from the Eternian Palace Guard armor. But they should have come with 2 figures, really. A bit silly, but who knows? We might see I don't know if we have already, but we might see a Man-at-Arms without his moustache on, do you think? So let's have a look at the chat there. I hope I've caught up with everything. So yes, we talked about the shipping, the shocking shipping to get everything. And so yes, let's see some more figures. Mr. Eldor says, Bill from Weird Toys, from Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures. Yes, sir. I should really get onto those figures here. Too much talk. So Bill was saying Beastman was Wave 1. Oh, okay, yes, of course, because I remember thinking, I've completed Wave 1, even though I came in late. So I remember being excited about that. Thank you. And here's Adam. What's he saying? Catcher is great. Her cost went up shortly after I bought her. Froster, I can't wait to get her. She's number 1 on my list. I want right now. Colour changing hair. I'm so ready. Yes, as soon as I saw the first lot of reviews there from Collecting Classics there to your review, I think. Oh, no, you haven't got it yet. What am I thinking? I saw someone else's review. Yes, so from that get-go. No, you might have done a wee sort of talk on her, I think, Adam. You showed photos and what have you. That's where I might have got mixed up. So yes, as soon as all that came about, I was quick. Made sure I was quick to pre-order her, so I didn't miss out. And I'm still waiting on my She-Ra too from the fellow I got a snout spout from. He's a little bit behind the times, shall we say. He needs a bit of prompting here and there to see where your orders are and what have you. But the second amount of orders I've finally been able to get from him. And let's see what else there is. Yeah, Bill here? And what is he saying? I ended up getting 2 guards so I could make the Filmation man-at-arms. Oh, yes. And of course you have an extra body there to make a normal palace guard, rather. And, oh, I skipped a bit there. And medical toys. Yeah, I covered her on the news quite a bit. Yes, I remember now. That's right. I saw you talking about Froster there. And, Adam, I got to get Shira, Hudak, Froster, and Starthouse to get caught up that I want. Yes, I have to get her Hudak and Starthouse too. I seen the place Freya where they did have Hudak, but he sold out. But they still has Stratos though. So when I'm next able to, I will I'll put a pre-order down there on Stratos. I see another fellow was selling Hordak there, but he sells them a bit more dear, shall we say. Ooh. But he does have afterpay though, which helps me a wee bit. You pay in 4 amounts like the old PayPal there. Rather. So yes, let's see if there's any other chats there. Adam, what's he saying? That's what I was thinking, Bill. Oh yes, well, for the Royal Guard pack there. Okay, so number 10 we're up to now, and number 10 is rather a special one. Has a really nice story behind this figure, and I had to include him. And he's on a bit of a stand, mind you, because he struggles to stand up. So I've got him on a stand there. So he might look a bit funny in that regard. But yes, as we all know, back in the 80s there, when Masters of the Universe came around, all the boys were jumping to grab their He-Man figures. But there's one little boy there. He felt a bit left out because he felt that because of his skin tone that he couldn't be He-Man. And I think you probably all know who I'm going to bring up here. So yes, his mum heard him say that, and she was saying, "Oh, I can't have that now, can we?" So she goes to his toy store there, and she summons all her helpers around, and maybe her Christmas elves, what have you. She says, "Right, my son needs an action figure, and we have to design one up, and so he can feel like he can be a superhero, just like He-Man." And so forth. So here we have Sun Man and the rulers of the sun. His skin is unbreakable, impenetrable, just like Superman there. And he gets all his powers from the sun. So yes, Sun Man is my number 10 there. He is a very cheery fellow with his bright, sunny wings. And of course the sun on his shield and his bursting sun power logo on his chest armor there. So yes, I was rather taken by the story, so I had to get this one. I see he's out in Masterverse too. He looks mighty good there, but his wings are on his back. They look nice and proper. Of course, this is more reminiscent of what you got in the 80s, I suppose. But yes, I want to get him. And let's go to the chat there. And we have a new person in the chat there. Hello, Brackish NZ or New Zealand. Greetings, wide old man, he says. Oh, greetings to you there, sir. I hope you're well. In the land of New Zealand there. And no doubt you'll be looking forward to a few collectibles, hopefully, in the new year or the next year in general. I hope you got quite a few for Christmas too to add to the collection. So yes, welcome to my channel there, to live today. And who else do we have here? We have Project Bear 22. Mighty fine beard, yo, he says. Oh, yes. It's has a rather nice body to it, I think. Rather nice length there. Well maintained and groomed. I had a bit of a perm, I think. Nice curls going down there. But yes, welcome there, sir. And thank you. Who else do we have here? Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures. He says, I'm skipping the Evil Horde and the Snake Men. I just about have all the figures I want from Origins. Yes, when you start adding the snakes and the Horde, starts to fill up that collection. What? And we already have a lot of characters that are yet to come out, like Extendar, or we heard that cowboy fellow, Rio Blast. We have maybe the Spin Tops, is it Twistoid, and the other fellow. And then we have Rock On and Stone Dar, hopefully, to come out. And do we think we might see Fangor in Origins? I think he came out in Classics, he had the big fangs. So you think he might be attachable fangs, that he has the small fangs, and then you put the big ones in his head, kind of like a tongue lash or that's yet to come out. So yes, we have a few deep cut characters that we saw in the Filmation show that I don't think have been figures yet. We had a few funny ones like Molar out in Classics there, the Etonian dentist. I think we need one of the Postor, the Etonian Postie or Courier. Yes, but I've seen a bit of artwork there on Keno Khan. Yes, I got a figure of him, and I see there's someone on the back of the art there. I wonder who that fellow is. Oh, yes, it's me, Eldor. So, yes, I think we might see a figure of me coming out in Origin soon. We saw glimpses of Kekla, but sadly, he never got unlocked for the Eternia playset. So, do you think Mattel Creations might release him as a bit of a exclusive fodder there, perhaps? And back to the chat there. Where are we? There it is. Oh, yes, I just read that one. Oh, well, yes, I did. I forgot the Frogmonger there. So Bill does want him. Yes, I might get him too if I can. But you know how Mattel Creations likes to rattle off one exclusive after the next, and it gets hard to keep up. What? They should have saved a few for next year. That they went one after the other this year. So poor me was, oh dear. But yes, I missed out on a few there. Like I see the TV 4-pack, the 40th 4-pack is still for sale there. They didn't sell that on that, and I never got that set. I don't think I will. So it's a bit rich on the older money purse there, shall we say. And I missed out on the Skeletor and He-Man 40th 2-pack also. So that was my number 10 of my top 12 figures. Let's see if there's any other in the chat. I'm always at work when these things come out, and I can never score them. Yes, I've seen a little bit of that happening. Some people wondering if they can sneakily get their phones out and the boss is not looking. And try and with haste and get their orders out. Yes, it's a bit on the nose there. On the nose. When Mattel releases these things. Sometimes over here, it's 4 a.m. in the morning. And I'm wanting to go to sleep. But no, a few times there I just had to stay up. I watched a bit of Netflix. I might pass the time watching the Revelation cartoon there. Or something else, maybe get on a few lives just before the drops happen, like with Mega J Retro there, or Radical Toys. Adam there sometimes. So what's else in the chat? Adam, January 17th is the next. Oh yes, I remember that. Another a secret sale there coming out. The next Motu Origins Mattel Creations drop could be manga, or those bronze statues wave 2, or he's Skeletor. Oh yes. So the last drop there was a Space Sumo, and not really one of the big names. Just a moment. My power is getting a bit low here. We'll see what's happening. Oh yes, I think we're back up and running there. I must have pulled out the power cable in my haste to get the live running. Sorry about that. Sorry, we're back up now. And, let's see if I can get a screen back there. The back screen. Okay, so we're not looking into the darkness of the corridor there at Castle Grayskull. Okay. So apologies to you, Mr. Elder, but I must be off to bed. Indeed there, sir. It's been good to have you on, Bill. Sorry, it's taken a bit longer to get through these figures, so I might cover 2, then try and get back to the chat, but I hope you sleep well there, sir. And I look forward to seeing you when you're on your next live. And I might pop in for a visit. And if you will, I've only been on your live once there, I think. So it'd be good to visit you again there, sir. So, yes, good dreams there and good journey, we always say. And sleep well there, sir. And Radical Toys, he says the same. Good night there, indeed. And, yes, he's talking to Bill there. There will be restocks, reissues at least. What's sold at my place here is mainly kids stuff and Barbies and Fortnite toys. So yes, that's saying everything. Yes, we're a bit low in the Eldor'S Origins out here, and I'm just checking on the time because, of course, Skelevator, he's going live in maybe 2 hours' time there. Rather interesting video. So better get the skates on here, I think. So done 10. Right, number 9. I'll try to be a bit faster on this. Oh, pardon. I'll try to be a bit faster on this one because he's a rather mysterious fellow. He's since been re-released, as you say there, Project Fair. Another one that's been re-released there. And this figure's had an air of wonder about him, shall we say. Yes, confused many back in the day before the internet. When the internet was just being born, shall we say. And this figure was popping up and people didn't know who he was or what he was about. So yes, popping in at number 9 there is Wonder. The Savage He-Man. So yes, notably, he never had the chest armor though. When he first came out back in the 80s, he must have been just a kid's custom maybe. The kid was playing with the toy and put the Zodak-like armor out of the accessories pack on it, and someone thought, "Ooh, this might have been a good figure to have," and he took a photo of it or something, and that's what started this age-old mystery and X-Files around the Wonder figure there, which I think was finally it got to the bottom of a few years ago. But boy, when this was coming out recently, he had his own his his mysterious ways knows no bounds, shall we say. So he carried on his his secretive or mysterious ways. So he was supposed to be an exclusive for Mattel Creations there, but he started popping up in Frankor and Sunors, like a big toy shop over there. And a few people got their hands on this fellow, and what have you. And a Duchess of Darkness, my lady. Welcome, welcome into the chat. Yes, I must highlight you there. Of course, of course. Hello, Masterversal-Toyhunter. I've been here and lurking in the shadows from the great beyond. Yes, you should all check out Duchess of Darkness's channel. She spins a tale of fear and terror into your heart and into your nightmares or two. So she had a story there last night, and I listened in on that. And I have my own scary story I heard as a kid there, Duchess. I mentioned in your chat there that the ghost train of Iona. We were at a bit of a camp there at Camp Iona. And the railway tracks, they run along the side of the road there, just in front of the field, down below the main camp houses. And of course, we had all our tents set up down there on the field. So we slept down there at night in those tents. But I'll type that story up for you and see what you think. Yes. There's a few screams in there, though, because we had a few screamy girls in the camp, too. So I thought you would appreciate there being a scream brought up in the story, shall we say. I missed one from Radical, I think. Right. Do you have a Fisher-Price toy store in your area of Attorney Eldor? I can't say that we have, but a few Fisher-Price sections, I think, in some stores. But it's never occurred to me to go check them because they usually pop all these around near the boys and girls' toys and what have you. There's nothing around there for the babies. A bit funny, really. Have these for the babies. I would have thought they'd be a bit young to play with toys of these kinds here. So that was my number 9, I believe. Wonder there. I'm getting another Wonder though, so I'll do a better review next time. I did a once over in one of my videos of the packaging there. So I got one in the made to order sale a couple of weeks back there. So I'll have another one for loose display and so forth. And what else do we have here? Adam. I like how the classics and the origins Wonder has a completely different chest armor sculpt. Yes, and it has at the back there the Wonder Bread logo. And of course, as we know, the classics figure came with the bread, the slice of bread shield, I think, and the loaf of bread too. What? Very, very crazy. So, moving on as we do. Number 8. Who's my number 8 there, we say? He wouldn't do quite so well in the heat, shall we say. That's for sure. It's quite warm out here now. The sun's reaching its zenith, shall we say. And but in the cold, I think he would survive fairly well. And I think a few of you might know who I'm talking about. So he was 2 exclusive sales there for a time. He came with a few other figures, I think in either a 3 or a 4 pack there. And then he was announced to be coming out by himself. We all thought, oh great, a retail version. But no, he had to be another exclusive. So yes, I think you have an idea who I'm going to bring out there. The fuzzy henchman of the evil Hordak, Grislaw, there with all his hair. Needs a bit of a trim. So yes, number 8 there, Grislaw. I do have the vintage Grislaw too, and some differences here and there. This Grislaw has a bit of a wider belt though, so because of all that fur on him, whereas the straps on my vintage are pulling at the shoulder straps there, and it's sort of snapping on one side over the edges, and so forth. Oh, I missed one there, did I? Oh, yes. Adam said, the man-child sent me my wonder. He's awesome. Yes, I subscribed to the man-child there. So I believe he's had a few videos that I have to catch up on of late. Oh, I missed out on the chat there. Yes, I should have scrolled down. Duchess of Darkness. Oh, you're too kind, sir, about my little presentation for her channel. Her channel of scares and thrills. Indeed. So there's a little shout out for the Duchess of Darkness. So you just spell her name out as it is on the search there, and you should find her channel. But I might, do as I did last time. I'm going to put a link in this video later. So yes, when people come to it, check the wee section under this video. The Duchess of Darkness's link will be in there. Check her channel out at your peril, and you're being able to sleep at night, shall we say. Indeed. She tells her stories really well, don't you? Your voice is sort of an eerie, soothing tone. She gets you into the stories there, and then the scariness and creepiness comes up out of the ground all around you, and she has her imagery, so a few photos to help her with her storytelling as well. Yes, she's very good there. And Adam, he says, my boy Grislaw. Yes, he's a good one there. He doesn't look as much as a fuzzy potato as the vintage Grislaw there, or bit of kiwi fruit that you get, I believe, from us also in Eternia there. The old kiwi fruit makes its rounds around the planet Earth, I see. So I hope you enjoy a bit of kiwi fruit sometimes. And you can also tenderize your meat with the kiwi fruit. If you look up online, there might be a recipe or two there, and you can use it to give a bit of season or something to your meat. It has to be a certain type of meat, I understand, but yes, you can do that also. But shall we move on there? Look at my scroll out. And let's see what else in the chat before we move on. Great choice, some Mattel, to choose a yellow for Grislaw's harness. I wonder what makes Mattel decide what color scheme to go for when they're making figures. I suppose they had a bit of a knight's round table there of discussions, no doubt, as to how they proceed, and trying to keep as accurate to the vintage toys as they possibly can. Yes, looking at you, He-Man. They didn't give him the proper red boots. They gave him the light yellow fluffy boots there. Whether that was supposed to hearken to something, maybe out of the comics, I don't know. But yes, Project Fair 22. Figure looks great. Made me notice, though, that a lot of classic animated characters appear to look better than with their hair all over the place. Yes, Grislaw is one of my favorites. I used to have the classics Grislaw, but I ended up selling him. But a wee while ago, I made a custom Masterversal and you can see my video on him somewhere on my channel. and I still had to finish him yet because I got to get a set of Masterversal-Toyhunter boots and a pair of Jitsu feet. Had to buy another Jitsu for the feet there because I think our Hordak's feet has a bit of a silver finish or something on his toe there, the boot toe. So here we go. Number 7. Who was number 7 there? We're checking the time. 2:05. So best be in time for Skeletors Live at 3 o'clock. So I'll try and get as many of this as I can out. Apologies in the chat there if I miss your. I'll try and get through as quickly as I can. So yes, number 7 for me was Ram Man. He's a bit of a hearty boy. Nice chunky figure there. Look at his nice chunky arms. Not something you usually see with Origins, but I suppose that's how he was back in the vintage times there. So he's a bit of a spring in his step. Doesn't work very well though. You push him down, but it kind of defeats the surface when you have. It kind of defeats the purpose there when you push it down and it just sort of comes up in your hand. It doesn't do the whole jumpy thing like the vintage figure did. So you had to kind of get your hand away fast to get any sort of jump out of them. But no, he came with his switch out heads too, and so forth. No waist articulation though. I don't think the vintage one had that either because of the mechanism. So yes, that's Ram Man there, Origins Ram Man. And here's Radical Toys there. I love Adam rather. I love Ram Man. I liked the update they did with him, though. Bent knees yes, he'll bend your knees, but on mine they're a bit tough to bend. I might need to heat them up a wee bit. Do you think? So yes, that is who's that? Number 7. Yes. Okay. Number 6 there. This one's a bit of a trickster, I think. He's always getting himself into trouble. His head's in the right place though, or his heart's in the right place, shall we say? Am I dropping something? No. Oh, I think Man-at-Arms just fell over there. Probably as a result of this troublemaker. I think he commonly had Man-at-Arms scratching his head, shall we say. So this one was an older release from Super 7 there, when they did the vintage-looking Master of the Universe figures. So number 6 is the Super 7 Orko. Looking rather good there. But I do like the Origins Orko better because of the shape of the eyes they have on that one. But I wasn't able to get the first release of Origins of Orko there, sadly. But a friend of mine in Australia, he did a bit of a live video of going through a second-hand shop. And they had a big Motu section there. And there was an Eternia playset, a few of them, I think. And there were other pieces and this big sort of display for sale. I spied Orko there on the lower shelf. I said, "Oh, is that Orko there, sir?" And he picked him up, and I thought it might have been the Origins Orko at first glance because it's a similar package. But no, it was the Super 7 one. I said, oh, get him anyway. I thought the price was about $30-something at first, but he was 50-something Australian. So I just went with it anyway, and he got that for me, and I paid him back, and he shipped him out to me here in Eternia. So I got myself a little Orko there. And I'm a sucker for Orko. I buy him in any form of toy. Yes, I have him in the Eldor'S line there, like the old pop vinyl figures of Orko. But yes, I hope with that second chance on the re-release there with the 40th logo on the packaging, that I can get the Origins Orko again, another chance at him. So, where are we now? Number 5, still alive. So, where are you, number 5? She's lying down, having a bit of a rest in the sun there. So, number 5. I felt we needed the woman's touch in this lineup, I think. Very important. So, I didn't get the first release of her in Masterverse. She looked a bit different, and I prefer her classic look. So I think you might know who this one might be. Radical Toys. I got his classics and origins for Orko. I like the origins a bit more. Yes, I see classics also had a little Orko there. I do have the Masterversal-Toyhunter also. I forgot about that. Project Bear 22. I barely remember anything from Motu, but man, that Orko stuck long in my head. I guess I love that design. Oh yes, also too, I'm getting a vintage Orko there. It has little zip thingy that makes him scoot about your table or on the soft floor there, maybe. Pardon. So yes, I'm still waiting on him. So hopefully I'll get the vintage Orko there soon. So number 5, the captain of the guard. She disapproves. She's waving her sword in my face. She had a fiery spirit, I think. So yes, Tila, Captain Tila, in her captain attire for her classic look. There, so she's my number 5. She's her tiara there. That's good to see. She has her classic-looking white one-piece almost suit with a bit of a skirt and what have you. She has her shield and sword there, and her nice boots with the whites at the tops. The fur is all nice and white there. And yes. So she was one I wanted to get when they announced that, because yes, as I said, I never got the first Tula. I didn't like her look there. It didn't gel with me. I prefer the more classic look, shall we say. And, oh no, this is the Orko one. So sorry, I'm still learning the ropes here. Here we go. Took me ages to get the Tila, but she's great. Yes, she is indeed. I was checking the time there. And, did you know there's a Tila variant with the yellow underwear? Check if yours is yellow. What? Oh, I see. So she had a bit of a change of colour of pants, but we won't go. We won't go doing that. She wouldn't like it. She might give me a smack on the nose with her sword. I tell you. So, anyway, shall we move on there as quickly as we can? So number 4. Oh dear. The dark clouds are swirling around now. I think. So. Oh dear, number 4. The Master of Disaster. The Lord of Snake Mountain. Who is he? Project Bear is laughing. Yes, this fellow did tend to laugh quite a bit. Man. So I think you'll know who this one is going to be. Yes, Skeletor. There. The demon from the other dimensions. Or, in some tales, the brother of King Randor gone bad and deformed and disfigured. The Skeletor. Or the pupil of Hordak or something. So yes, number 4 there is the new Eternia Skeletor. Of course, he had a bit of a switch out there with a few of his clothes and a spare head, which I've got on this one. But there's a bit of a treat there. He's looked into that mirror that copies you, or that one episode where he made duplicates of himself, running about with little Skeletors. So here was his other look there, with the helmet on, bit of a beard like mine, just a bit less looked after, I think. A bit green there from all that food. And there's a sword on his back there in the loop, but the same Havoc staff. So yes, the two sides of the new Eternia Skeletor there. And oh yeah, watch for the sword. And for Radical Toys, you can't watch the evil Skeletor coming out there. And I couldn't decide how to display that Eternia Skeletor. I like both head sculpts a lot. Yes. At one moment, I did like a Skeletor possessed person type look with the head there, and I had a bit of a robe of it might have been either from Triclops or Trapjaw. Say that 10 times fast. Yes, I had that. But yes, the new Eternia Skeletor, I have him displayed like this. But I did get a spare fellow. Unfortunately, I couldn't cancel this pre-order. So he came in from Australia there. So I just have him somewhere else in the collection. Next to the new Eternia He-Man there. So yes, number 4. We want more. Just a moment. I'll put him down. We don't want Man-at-Arms to fall over onto the ground there. So let's consult the scroll for the next one. Number 3. Oh, now where are you, sir? Number 3. Also one of my favorite characters there. You might find him when it's nice and hot. And he's a bit thirsty sometimes. And it comes and lands on you and has a bit of a drink of your life force. Or in this case, he goes about at the orders of Hordak or Katra or whoever. And he comes and attacks you to take your life force. Yes, I think you know who this one is. Where is it? Adam, he knows. Origins Mosquito there. Oh, bit of a swatch out in his head. I used to have the classics one though, but I sold him years and years ago. But then I noticed recently, I think it was last year now, this person was selling them again. So I thought, I might try and win him back. He was still in his package and still had his mailbox and what have you. And so I put a bid. He wouldn't accept a buy now or anything, which is fair. He wanted to make his money. So I put a bid on there. But sadly, no, I had some competition and they wouldn't give up. It went past $200 Eternian. And I was like, oh dear. Well, I still had a bit of fight on me. But then the next day, guess what happened? The Great Eye of the Universe conked out on me, spat the dummy. And I ended up having to buy a new Great Eye of the Universe. So all that money went into that. And that sealed the deal, as we say. I'm now not winning back that classics figure, Mosquito. But I sold him with the vintage Mosquito with him at the same time. So I was able to get the vintage Mosquito back again. So that's okay. I had him for a comparison when I reviewed him. But sadly, the blood feature leaked out of the back there. What? Not good. And it's not a good fluid either. Don't touch it or drink it. Why they would have that fluid in a toys figure is a bit puzzling, I think. So, his blood pumping feature on this one that doesn't work very well, sadly. But the vintage one has stood the test of time, shall we say. So the blood pumping feature on that one still works rather good. I'd ask you for your favorite character in Motu, but I think we know the answer. Yes, he popped up further back in my top 12 there. Man-at-Arms is my main favorite, and then Mosquito is my second favorite figure. I think he might be the same for Pixel Dan there, because I know he likes Stinkor there. But I think Mosquito is one of his main favorites. He has a bit of a mask there too, I believe. And some fellow made him a bit of a ship out of wood for him that he showed off a wee while ago there. All right, moving on, we're getting close to the end now. Number 2. Who are you? Oh yes. Probably the number 2 to Skeletor, I think. After Evil Lyn. He's a bit of a hairy boy like Grislaw. Can you guess who this will be? Is it helmet attached permanently to your head, Eldor? Oh no. No, I can take it off. It just sits there, minding its own business, shall we say. That just lies about on my head and what have you. Pixel Dan's favours Mosquito. Toy Bro is Stinkor. Oh, but I recall Pixel Dan bringing up Stinkor there when his mum bought it for him because he wanted it, you see. And when she got it for him, he didn't like the stink. He was like, oh, put it away. But he mentions how he has a soft spot for Stinkor, so I'm not too sure there. But I know definitely Mosquito is his favourite. That's why I was unsure if it be his first or close second after Stinkor there. Oh, Brick Something! Eldor! Hello there, Brick Something, sir. How are you doing? Yes, I'm just about to wrap up soon. I've got to be in time for Skeleton Invaders Live there with Oldstradamus Toys, so hopefully all you can join me as we move over to their live. They're doing an interesting one, a topic on classics, I think, versus origins. So it's a debate that'll be worth watching, I think. So yes, my number 2 man. My countdown is the new Eternia Beastman there. He has his whip. This is how I like to pose my Beastmen. He's holding his whip in one hand like this, and the handle in the other there. So he came with another set of armor options with a bit of fur there. A bit of fur at retail, I see. Interesting. Looking at you, Grislaw. But yes, this was a rather good Beastman, I thought. I did have the Revelation Beastman, but I used him when I saw the figure announced. I thought, well, I might as well use that Beastman for a custom. And of course, I ended up using him for my Grislaw custom there. So I used his arms and his legs. But I still had to finish the boots off there when I get a spare Hordak and what have you. And Radical is greeting Brick Something. And Brick Something says, love that Beastman. Yes, we all do. He's a rather fantastic figure there. All the spiky armor that he has on him. But yes, this is how I display him in his vintage look and what have you. And skipped you there, Brick Something. Sorry, sir. Mine is holding chains attached to 3 Jurassic Park World dinos. Oh yes, he's a bit of a Beastmaster, as we all know. Oh, that's very good there, sir. Radical, or Adam rather. agreed on Beastman. I got the variant Beastman with the dark, heavy brown wash. Sadly, he looks like you got a nice, vibrant orange colour. Although he does have a bit of a wash. We have a better look at the back there. Yes, I think my one was that one. He's a bit of off colour compared to his arms. It might be the light in this room, I think. But it doesn't look too bad, though. I think you can remove that wash. I think Toy Bro. Hebrew. Hebrew it is. I think he had a look at that. And found that he could wash the wash off and what have you. Beast indeed. That's a fantastic figure. Best one so far. Definitely. Even if I'm a Skeletor fanboy, it looks very detailed. Yes, no, he came out pretty good there. Very good, vintage or classic looking Beastman. And all his spikes. Okay, so we'll move on now because we got a few honourable mentions there to talk about after number one. So I think we all know who the number one has to be. So put my scroll down there for the time being. And we'll find this fellow there. So who's our number one boy of Masters of the Universe? I tried to catch your line there, Brick Something. I literally woke up 20 minutes after it was over. I saw Toy Bro covering those plunderlings. Oh yes, I saw Brick Something. He had his live for his little red plunderling there last night. So yes, I saw that one. And yes, fun stuff. And adding there. Oh yes, bring on Webstore Masterverse. It could give him the 2000X spider legs and armor change. Indeed, there. But as we know, New Eternia, it's based on a bit of the first designs and the classic look. Yeah, but yes, they'll no doubt bring 2000X out into Masterverse. I don't know if they have or not. I know they have with Origins there, the 200X He-Man and Skeletor. Was there? I can't recall if there's any others out from that line. So anyway, number one boy, and he was our number one birthday boy as of I think a month or so back. Yes, my number one is the 40th anniversary He-Man for Masterverse because he can hold his sword properly, but he's a lofty articulation in his wrist there that you can get him holding the sword up properly. And you can look up there, like have his arm out, and a bit of a pivot in the ab crunch there. And sometimes with his legs spread apart in his stance, as he looks up at his power sword and says, "Here's the power." Yes, I thought he was pretty good. Yeah, nice classic look in his face sculpt. He had a bit of an and an R about him though, because of that wash. When we saw the first lot of photos, some people weren't happy. I thought he looked a bit dirty and what have you. My number one I want to see revealed next in Origins is Cyclone. Oh, forgot about him. Yes, some say he better have his little radar thingy on his chest there, working. Well, they're out. They're out of the Origins game, I think they say. Who else do we have? Oh, yes, Adam. I may get him next Eldor. I see the 40th now. is available in my area. I'm debating. Oh yes, don't debate too long there, sir. He's rather good in hand. He has his funny points about him, like his bigger chest, as you know. They tried to make it look like the vintage figure with the big wide chest there, but he's a bit too wide, I feel, on the side profile, and it's hard to get his harness clipped at the back there. The harness should have been a bit more loosely, a bit more bigger made, because it tends to pull on his little. See, it was easily done just like that. It tends to, yes, pull on the clip there. Oh dear, who's this? We're getting these bots in the channel there. I think I blocked them up. Naughty Skeletor's bots showing up in my live, finally. I knew I had to happen at some stage. Okay. Now that we've dispersed that evil robot there out of the chat, Adam, how does He-Man's harness pull apart? Well, see, it's very tight. It has a bit of pull tension on the strap there, so it's hard to get it pushed. But it only has a little nub there, if you can see that. And there's, of course, that's the inside, if you can see that, of the bit that clips over top. It doesn't really hold in there all that well, you see. You have to give it even when you're pushing it as hard as you can, it's still wanting to lift off. So that's the trouble with the belt there. So yes, He-Man 40th anniversary Masterverse figure is my number one, because I rather liked what they did with the articulation in the wrist there. So you can have him holding a sword up, and I feel, I don't know, his proportions, I think, look a bit better than what we've had with other Masterverse He-Mans. I don't know. I think maybe his head sits a little bit down on the shoulders a bit more. And back in the chat there. Oh, okay, I see. It just clamps together but doesn't hold that well, does it? No, not at all. So the clip is rather looking like that, and then you have the square bit. It doesn't have anywhere to bite into. It just sort of sits loosely, and then at the top of the clip you have a square like this. It's thin, so the peg can't really lock onto anything. So it just with the tension, it pulls the straps apart on you fairly easily. So yes, that's that. So I had 3 honourable mentions. A bit to be quick because it's now 2:33, and of course we've got Skeletor coming on. So honourable mentions here. Number 1 is Catra. Masterverse Catra there for my honourable mentions. It's a shame she had the cut in her head there. It might have scored her a few more points, I think. You say. Yeah, she's a nice cape, though. Yeah, a nice vintage look to her face sculpt. And a nice bit of paintwork in the jewel there on her staff. Are you happy with his face sculpt? Or does it look different? Well, funny you should say that, really. A person in our group, he took a photo of 2 head sculpts on the 40th Masterverse He-Man, and they looked slightly different. One, his cheeks looked too bulgy or something. Maybe part of the first line that was pumped out there before they decided to go back to the drawing board and make less of a dirty wash with the body. So apparently there's a variant of the 40th He-Man out and about there. Brick something. Hang on, we'll get you highlighted there, sir. I love that catcher much better in hand. I just wish she had a better cape. Yes, maybe a spring in the cape there, so you can maybe shape it about. Maybe a bit more to the cape too. See, to get a more body to the cape, you have to cut like a round circle shape there, much like a pie graph. So you have the pie graph split in the middle, and it gives you a bit more of a wrap around if you make a cape that way, perhaps. Speaking of head sculpts, how's that Dolph one coming along? Oh yes, I did a video updating on him, Adam, sir. So if you go to my channel after this, or after Skelavaders Live, if you want to sit on that, yes, I have a video up on the latest on my Dolph Lundgren head sculpt. So yes, he's gone pretty well. I think I managed to get a decent enough likeness out of that sculpt. Agreed, Brick something. I plan on replacing my catcher cape with a custom wired one. Yes, it might be a better option for you there, or all of you out there. So yes, that's honourable mention number 1. So put her back in the box. Actually, we have 4 honourable mentions, as I see my box here. So I'll try and get the next one out, but the third one decided to grab onto him for a bit of a ride. So yes, I think I lost one of his accessories. There we go. Yeah. So yes, the next honourable mention is Mantenna. Nanu 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 nanu. No, sir, you're not Mork. Mork and Mindy. Yes, yeah. Origins Mantenna there. An honourable mention. I thought he was rather good. There's extra legs and what have you. Bit of an eye-popping feature there to hypnotize you. It takes control of you. Nice. I'll pick your brain on Instagram as I make some capes. Oh yes, I've not put wires in capes as yet, but I have made some capes for costumes. So I know sometimes costume capes are made that way, like Darth Vader in particular. It's a round circle cut out with a bit of the pie graph cut in the middle there. It's hard to locate on this camera, what? And then, obviously, your head sits in the middle there with the opening you've cut in, so it wraps around you, like in Darth Vader there. He's eyeing up the camera. Yes, he's indeed there. Project Bear, sir. And it is a great feature. Springs back, though. I think there was a way you could lock it in, but I haven't figured that one out. I saw a review a while ago. Someone had him and you were able to do something. I don't know, and you could lock the eyes for locking them in place for a little bit or something. Mantenna was so hard to get a hold of here, thanks to James Correnter. He snagged me one. Oh, he got you a Mantenna there. Oh, that's good. Yes, sir. The moto community is rather good there, I see. So there's him. And we'll show our next honourable mention, and it's a bit of a custom. And I did bring him up, I think, in my countdown here. My custom code R in the Masterverse format. So I sculpted the head sculpted over top of the new Eternia He-Man helmet head there. And I had to sculpt bigger horns on the helmet and cover up where his ears were poking through. And I sculpted a bit of a beard, and a nice body of beard there onto the head. And then I sculpted the visor over top of the helmet there after cutting away a bit. And then I sculpted that visor in just over the face, but I kept the normal New Eternian eyes of that figure, so you could have them looking out through the wee holes in the visor. You probably can't see that all that well, but yes. I sort of modified the Fisto armor, because I used Fisto's body for this with the more sort of pale-looking skin tone, and then Stinkaw's loincloth with that nice light reddy colour, and then Revelation Skeletor's shin pieces, and then Revelation He-Man for the feet, the brown feet there, and of course I used the New Eternian harness of the chest armor. I glued that on the back there so he could hold his sword, and then what have you. And of course I have a spare New Eternian He-Man, so I used two of the van braces or arm braces off that figure. And I used the belt from the New Eternian He-Man too, and of course his axe, the New Eternian He-Man axe there. And I had to paint Fisto's sword gold at the top. But yes, so that's my custom Koldar there. So Adam, how'd you make that helmet? I'll just look at the time and it's 2:42. So I did sort of touch on that just now, but it was the helmeted head of the New Eternia He-Man. I just sculpted around that. So I'll just quickly get to my last honourable mention. There. Because Skelevator's due to drop his video in moments. So my last honourable mention is the Masterverse Trapjaw figure there. He came boxed with his jaw up, so that was good. I know some of them, his jaw had been posed down, and his face looks a bit funny. They think he's saying, "What's up?" Yes, so that's my last honourable mention for the day, Masterverse Trapjaw. The making of that figure was the first video of yours I saw. Oh yes, fantastic work. Yes, I remember now. It was the one you first commented on there. So yes, it was my custom Koldar, because I missed out on the Origins one. So I thought I might do a bit of a set of 3 of the Mattel Creations controversial figures of Koldar, Grislaw, and Wondar. So I'm soon to I'll do a bit of a video there of how I go about customizing my Wondar figure there using this fellow here. So that's why I got a spare of him. So he'll be what I work on to make my custom Wondar there. Because I know those 3 figures in particular had a bit of a talking storm arise about them and such. Oh, Fenniscopter, he's coming there towards the end. Yes, I'm about to finish up here. I've just gone over my my honourable mentions. So there was 4 of those. and 12 prior figures that we've just gone over. So I'm about to close up soon to travel over to Skeletor's channel there, because he's doing a bit of a live with the Toy Frenzy show that he also does with Ozdradamus Toys. So I thought if we all gather on over to Skeletor's channel there just after this, and we can sit in on their rather interesting episode they're going to do of, I think, classics versus origins figures. So it sounds a rather tasty subject indeed. And we're all, and Adam saying hello. Oh yes, he's definitely better with the jaw up, I think. He does have I do have his weapons though, but I haven't got them on him at the moment. Why so sure? What's that? What's that about? About the Skeletor's episode there, about the classics versus origins figures, maybe. Periscopter. Sorry, I missed it. I just got off work and had to catch up on the replay. Oh, for sure, at your leisure there, sir. We all have to work and things that need attending to, and so forth. A medical toy, Adam, his jaw. Oh, maybe that's what you were talking about there. Project Fair. Why so sure? His jaw, maybe. And gonna listen to the rest. Got to get food going for the kiddos. Awesome to catch up with you live, Eldor. Yes, go feed your your little ankle biters there. I believe you say on Earth. Very important that you feed their bellies, keeps them happy, and no doubt you happy as well. Project Fair. Oh, I asked why he's sure about the jaw. Oh, I see. Yes, he sort of looks interesting there when you have his jaw down. He has no jaw, or a little bit of one, but he has his tongue out there going, ah! Yes, keep your mouth closed there, sir. Hey, don't keep your mouth open all day. You'll catch all the flies. So he'll close his jaw up there, keep the flies out, and what have you. Oh yes, it's always fun trying to get the perfect meal for the little ones there. They can be very fussy at times. Yeah, I got some live gaming to do with a friend of mine. That's waiting for me. Good to catch up with you live, friend. Drop on tomorrow live unboxing if you're around. Well, if you'd like another person live, I can see, but I'll be away at about 4 p.m. Eternian time, shall we say. A bit of a barbecue being put on there. And so I've got some sizzlers for that and a bit of drink. So not sure how long I'll be away there, but for sure, if you're live a bit earlier, then I might be able to pop on with you if you like, or just if you prefer, I can just sit there in the chat and watch your live there. So check the time, 2:49, and that rhymes. Check the time, 2:49. Like my great grandfather said when he was a bit witty. He would say, "I'm a poet and I don't know it." Oh, okay. Well, that was all my wares there. So I hope you enjoyed that little live video, and of course you can just go to the replay there when it's up and watch from the beginning, and do a wee shout out there brick something, you can find his channel, and he does a lot of unboxing and figures and things, and also Duchess of Darkness. She weaves a thrilling tale or two to scare you before your bedtime. So yes, check out those two channels. I'm not sure if Thanos Copter or Project Fear, if you have anything going on your channels or not. But yes, I might have a look and see if there's a subscribe there and see what you're all about. So I'll shout out your names there too. Why not? Indeed. And yes, I hope that's everybody. We had a rather interesting time here. Skeletor's robots showed up in the chat, so I quickly dealt to them with a bit of a spell. But yes, it's never a dull moment in Eternia or anywhere, really, I believe you say. The regular Love unboxing Friday night at 11 p.m. Oh, yes, and I forgot, Sir Medical Toys there. Check his channel out. Adam is his name, like Prince Adam there. And he does a lot of toy news, and he's into a bit of G.I. Joe, so he talks about those too, as well as Masters of the Universe. He reviews his figures, and I think he collects other things as well, and he tells us about the news of all these other figure drops that or announcements. So yes, check out Sir Radical Toys there. Project Fear. It's been fun. I laughed at those party crashes. Oh, was it the 40th He-Man review I did there? Had a bit of a party on for that figure. I didn't do a proper review of him last time, and I had my new Eternia Beastman unboxing. I just sort of did a once over on the 40th He-Man box here. But as I got the second one, I thought I'd do a review on him. But yes, time is short, as they say, and then we'll go and head over to Skelevader's channel. So Skelevader, like Darth Vader, and Skeletor, but I think he's mixed the two together. So Skelevader. So yes, if you can find his channel, I'll be heading over there for the Toy Frenzy episode going live at 3 o'clock. There, well, it's 3 o'clock for me, but it'll be a different time for you lot, I think. So anyway, without further ado, I'll say good journey there, and Father Christmas was sitting in the background there, making sure you're all behaving yourselves for next year when he brings the presents around. And he spied the bad robot, shall we say. So I quickly dealt to that bad robot that Skeletor sent our way today. I didn't think I was good enough to get those kind of bad bots. I think they usually attack those that have a high following count, a high subscriber count, shall we say. But no. Even the lesser number of us are still affected by those evil robots that Skeletor or Hordak send to attack our channels with their nefarious ways and what have you. So yes, my figure Obscura Santa popped in today, and he was keeping an eye on the chat there, as it were, and. Yes, it's you, Father Christmas. Yes, he does look like me, does he? Yes, I'm going to do a bit of a custom Eldor figure with him. And Thanos, yes, good to see you. And we'll move over to Toy Frenzy chat now. In a few moments there, so to get my wares about me. And Duchess is greeting Thanos Copter in the chat. And we all said our hellos, and now we'll say our goodbyes. Okay, well, good journey, everybody, and give our waves, and This Father Christmas he's waving too. Okay, well, and that was all. And until the next video or the next live, till then, as we say. And I'll drop the video of a collection of my adventures on New Year's Eve. So I hope you will enjoy that one. All right, cheerio, and see you all over at Skellivator's channel there. A bit of Toy Frenzy.